Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. Glad you could attend, my friends, as we look at an indie feature film called Abandoned, brought to us by Spencer Squire, who directed this movie starring Emma Roberts as Sarah, who, along with her husband Alex, played by John Gallagher Jr., have moved out to a country home. She's had a child, but she's been having a rough time of it, dealing with all the responsibilities and things that go along with taking care of a baby after it is born. She is dealing with postpartum depression, and as it's alluded to in here, she has had some issues with her mental health that she's trying to work through. Well, while at this house, being left alone with the baby isn't helping things much, especially when it seems like this house may be haunted and she is not actually alone, even when her husband leaves and she's holding the baby. There's something more afoot. Add in there as well a strange neighbor played by Michael Shannon, who shows up and seems to have his own mysterious story around him, and you got yourself an atmospheric, creepy, slow burn horror film that is effective and really, yeah, I enjoyed this film. It's an interesting exploration into the effects of postpartum depression. We see the whole film through the performance of Emma Roberts as Sarah. She is fantastic in here. A very sympathetic character. On one hand, you're sitting there going, man, she's really having troubles, and you feel for her and you want her to be with her baby, and you feel her struggles, and you feel when people aren't believing her. Very sympathetic character that you emotionally will connect with, and the atmosphere that they build around this house is great as well. They do a lot of old school things. Creaky doors, mysterious, sound design especially plays a big part in here and is very well done, in that you got creepy footsteps and children giggles, and that all done in just this weird atmospheric way, putting you in the house with Sarah and making you feel the same uneasiness that she is. John Gallagher Jr. is great as the husband, though he frustrated me quite a bit. I understand Alex has been through a lot, but man, this guy, I'm just like, oh, come on, man. You are handling, I understand you're under stress as well, but man, he's just a character that I struggled with quite a bit in this, but you're supposed to with his character. So, and then Michael Shannon in here as the neighbor who has his own story, and the way that played out, he plays it fantastic. I mean, you're just not sure where this guy stands and what type of character he is, and you have to let the film play out, and you're like, oh, that's who he is. And I loved that. I loved the arc that they took with his character, even though he doesn't get a huge amount of screen time when he is there, and what they did do with his character I thought was really well done. But Emma Roberts really is the main character in this, and her, the film is definitely on her shoulders, and she carries that emotional weight well. You feel her, and seeing the weird things that are happening in the house, you yourself will be questioning, well, is she imagining these things, or is she doing these things to herself or around the house? Is she doing them herself? And they keep that gray area going for a lot of it, and that creepy atmosphere just stays maintained throughout the movie. And then when you get to the final resolution of things, they still keep you feeling a little creepy and uneasy at the end, right up to when the credits roll. And I liked that. I liked that quite a bit. It wasn't a nihilistic ending, okay? Was not nihilistic, which I appreciated, but it was still a creepy ending and had you going, oh no. Abandoned, I think, is an effective film thanks to the performances as well as the direction and the production design. It's got a high production value to it. It is a bit of a slow burn. You just have to let things play out as they creep up and they build up. I think it is worth the payoff, and I think it is a very interesting exploration into the effects of postpartum depression on couples, the mom, the husband, and their relationship with each other, and their relationship with the child. I think it's another example of using horror to explore a very serious issue in an interesting way. So there you have it, folks. Please, if you've seen Abandoned, love to hear your thoughts on it. Check out our Patreon, thumbs up and whistles and bells and all the fun stuff here at YouTube. Thank you so much for your support. And until next time, remember, and keep that ticket stub.